Buying a new car can be a daunting experience. So how do you cut through the noise of new brands, new models and new technology? Well, you let our knowledge, experience and detailed testing inform you of the best cars in Australia. This is Drive Car of the Year 2026. Now in its 21st year, Drive Car of the Year is the most comprehensive new car awards program in Australia. Winners are awarded across key consumer new car categories, with Drive's judges testing and assessing nearly every new car on sale. This year, some 53 finalist vehicles were gathered together at Calder Park near Melbourne, with judges tasked to assess the cars through on- and off-road courses, both on the circuit and surrounding roads. They were tested in simulated dynamic emergency situations and through data-gathering performance tests. This was on top of static inspections where everything was opened, closed, folded, measured, pushed, prodded and sat in to help understand which car was going to be the best in its category. Judges then collated notes, went through more data about warranty and ownership costs and cast their all-important votes. For 2026, there are 16 categories, all of which have specific criteria so that the winner is aligned to the intent of you, the Australian new car buyer. As always, there are a mix of fresh and familiar faces, with each category winner from last year automatically eligible to win again this year. Some categories lean into value, others space and functionality, off-road capability, electric efficiency, or just pure luxury. Well, from all of those finalists, the judges have completed their detailed testing, voting has been completed, and these are the 18 category winners, the best cars that you can buy in Australia right now. But only one of them can be crowned the overall 2026 Drive Car of the Year. Which ones are going to be? Well, let's find out. Who takes away the trophies? Well, the best urban car under $30,000 is the BYD Dolphin Essential. The best urban car under $60,000 for the second year is the Honda Civic Hybrid. The best luxury car under $150,000 is the BMW 5 Series. The best small SUV under $60,000 for the third year is the Hyundai Kona. The best small SUV under $90,000 also for the second year is the Mini Countryman. The best medium SUV under $60,000 is the Zeekr 7X. The best medium SUV under $90,000, again for the second year, is the Genesis GV70. The best 7-seat SUV under $60,000 is last year's overall Drive Car of the Year winner, the Hyundai Santa Fe. The best 7-seat SUV under $90,000 is the new Hyundai Palisade. The best luxury SUV under $150,000 is the Volvo XC90. Our best off-road SUV under $90,000 is another multi-year winner, the Ford Everest. The best dual cab ute under $60,000 is the Kia Tasman. And the best dual cab ute under $90,000 is the four-time winner, the Ford Ranger. Our best EV under $40,000 is the BYD Atto 2. Best EV under $60,000 is the Tesla Model Y. And the best EV under $90,000 is the Polestar 4, back again for the second year running. This year we have also recognised two cars that are such consistent winners, we've created a Lifetime Achievement Award. Both of these cars have topped their category for 6 years running. So, the best large car under $90,000, the Kia Carnival, and the best luxury off-road SUV under $150,000, the Defender 110, are both Lifetime Achievement Award winners in the 2026 Drive Car of the Year Awards. For the overall award, only cars that are new winners for 2026 are eligible. For number crunchers, this was exactly half the field. All judges are asked to vote for their top 3 in a blind ballot, and scores are calculated accordingly. Well, it all comes down to this. We've gone through hundreds of new cars on sale, distilled them to over 50 finalists across 18 categories. And with thousands of hours worth of testing now complete, it is my pleasure to announce the 2026 Drive Car of the Year, without further delay, is the Tesla Model Y. This is the 21st Drive Car of the Year award winner, the Model Y, also our best electric vehicle under $60,000, and now the overall 2026 Drive Car of the Year. Simply put, judges found the new Tesla Model Y a resoundingly complete package.
From the ample cargo volume in the boot, plus a little extra space up front, the usable and flexible space inside, a long list of standard equipment and a very sharp entry price, to the efficient, friendly and easy to own electric platform, the Tesla Model Y is an improved segment benchmark in every way. And that's before you even start to talk about the car's technology. That rear touchscreen, always a hit with passengers, is the right amount of surprise and delight that we want to see from a family car in 2026. The minimalist all-screen cockpit does feel Spartan at first, but it becomes easily usable in no time. The suite of technology is hugely impressive and very reliable. The car rides much better than it did, offering impressive driving dynamics and passenger comfort. During our testing, the Model Y was able to meet its claimed 100 km/h sprint time of just 5.9 seconds, and by coming to a stop in 36.2 metres, was above average, 38.1 metres for those playing at home, in the braking from 100 km/h stakes too. And then, of course, the remarkable full self-driving supervised driver assistance software that launches the Model Y from the pages of science fiction right into your driveway today. The fact that the Model Y is already the top-selling EV in the country shows how well the car already resonates with consumers.
Now up front in the Tesla Model Y, you have the perfect example of modern simplicity and functionality all blended really well into one. Because here, you've got two phone holders, because let's face it, I've got a phone, my passenger has a phone. Well thought. You've got a giant storage box here that, well, it's so deep it almost echoes. There are twin cup holders. There's another storage box here, all of which can be neatly hidden away with covers so that the car maintains its simplistic functionality. Sure, it's not the last word in design first, but in terms of simple functionality, the Tesla Model Y continually impresses judges by giving you, well, everything you need and not anything you don't. The simplistic approach extends to switchgear as well, because you have, well, minimal switches on the steering wheel and everything else is controlled through the touchscreen. Now, this may seem quite daunting at first because it does make the Tesla different to pretty much every other car on the market. But it doesn't take that long to get used to, and as you begin to use the car more, everything becomes second nature. That said, it's not perfect. Not all of Drive's judges were that impressed by the swipe to shift gear transmission lever here on the screen, nor did they love the fact that you don't really have immediate access to some of the car's functions from the steering wheel. But like I said, spend more time with the car, it does get a lot more easy to use. And you find that, well, there's plenty of Tesla Model Ys on the road where everybody is managing things themselves. Plus, things like automatic wipers and automatic headlights are functions of the system. So really, you don't need to think about too much anyway. Even in the back of the Tesla Model Y, the consideration for how people are going to use this thing has been first and foremost. You've got everything you need. There are twin USB ports, there's air conditioning, there are map pockets, there's a fold-down armrest with a couple of cup holders. Plus, there's a stack of room back here. Remembering I am 6'4", I have a heap of headroom. Even with the giant panoramic roof, I've got a lot of legroom. The flat floor allows you to basically spread out back here, making the rear of the Y a very, very sensible place to spend time. But then you get this, the central screen in between the two front seats. Yes, it gives you your climate control for rear passengers, but it also gives you infotainment functions and other things, including games. Now, this is a consideration for modern use for modern families, and it's yet another way the Tesla Model Y shifts everything forward in the way that we're thinking of cars for 2026 and beyond.
The 2026 Tesla Model Y Premium Rear-Wheel Drive is priced from $58,900 before options and on-road costs, and can be had in 6 colours. It has a 5-star ANCAP safety rating too. Power comes from a single electric motor offering 255 kilowatt output, and the 62.5 kilowatt-hour battery offers up to 466 kilometres of range on a WLTP cycle. The Tesla Model Y is offered with a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty too.
So, electric cars. We're charging our Tesla now, but as we've said, electric cars are not for everyone. However, it's nowhere near as difficult as, well, some people may say, particularly with a Tesla. The Tesla charging network that is available now to owners of many other EVs, as well as some Tesla exclusive ones, is the most reliable and expansive charging network in the country. So if you have one of these, the odds on of you being able to find a fast charger or a charger at all are far more likely than if you're in any other electric vehicle. And it's that alone that gives Tesla the edge, particularly if you're new to the whole idea of driving an EV.
Using a high-speed Tesla supercharger, the Model Y can charge from 10 to 80% in around 30 minutes at a maximum rate of 175 kilowatts. It's efficient too, running about 15 kilowatts per 100 kilometres. Plus, the Tesla charging network, incorporating fast superchargers as well as slower destination chargers, is the most expansive and reliable electric charging network in Australia.
So the big question is, what is a Tesla Model Y like to drive? Because you may hear from all sorts of people that there is a bit of a learning curve before you get behind the wheel and feel comfortable with a Tesla. And look, to many ways, that is true. You've got no instrument cluster, you've got limited switchgear, everything happens here on the screen in front of you. But it doesn't take very long to get used to. And in fact, after your first proper drive, you will find yourself feeling right at home here. In terms of being behind the wheel, the Y feels very solid and sure on the road. It's not a light car, but it's not the heaviest EV going around either. But that said, it just feels very planted and very sure of itself, which I know, particularly for family buyers, is a very important consideration. In terms of visibility, the giant windscreen absolutely helps, but the rest of the cabin is nice and light and airy as well. The giant panoramic roof does make it feel bright in here, and it is a very easy car to see out of. Now, that said, you've got a small rear window, and especially if you've got people sitting in the back, their heads may obscure the view you get from this rear mirror. But the car has cameras all around it. And in fact, let's start talking about the technology suite in the Model Y, because, well, look, we've said it. It is the most technologically advanced vehicle that you can buy today. And the fact that you can have all of this for under $60,000 is kind of groundbreaking. The sensors that are operating all the time, regardless of whether you're using the full self-driving supervised software or not, are constantly looking out. You get this image of what's happening on the road around you, both for the road itself, other cars, and if you're in a built-up area, you can see pedestrians and cyclists as well. But if you go to change lanes and there's something there, you've got a little camera view. You'll see warnings. It's got the most well-integrated safety systems and driver assistance systems this side of a Mercedes-Benz. It really is a very well-sorted car from that technology side of things. And one thing that Tesla has always done well is maintained that software. You will find, you'll come to the car one morning on your way to go to work and it will tell you it has simply updated itself. It's improved functionality. It has added functionality, all of which happens over the air without you having to do a thing. And I've got to say, in today's age, it's that effortlessness that really speaks to, well, why this is such a popular car with consumers. And now, of course, the Tesla Model Y's party trick, the full self-driving supervised software that you can now add to this car at a $149 a month subscription. So you can try it, see if you like it, and then decide if you want to keep it, which is a far smarter way to go about it. But I've got to say, it is remarkable. Regardless of whether you see the use case, the decisions that this car makes, the way it manages everything from traffic flow to weather conditions to speed limits and everything, it is quite amazing to be a part of. It doesn't replace you driving, and as we've said on previous content, you've got a camera up here in the mirror that's looking at you, looking at the road. So you need to pay, well, almost as much, if not more attention than when you're driving the car yourself, when you have the FSD supervised software on. But for something to trial in 2026, to think that you can be buying a brand new, fully electric SUV with all the features, all the technology, all the range that this thing has, and then have it largely drive by itself, albeit while you supervise, it really is a remarkable, remarkable vehicle. And for that reason alone, this car shifts the game forward more than any other car for Australian new car buyers. Well, there you have it, the 2026 Drive Car of the Year, the Tesla Model Y. A practical, well-featured and safe electric vehicle for the whole family that just happens to be the most technologically advanced car that you can buy right now. And I have to say, this is a worthy winner of the 21st Drive Car of the Year award trophy. Of course, we have stacks more content for all of these brilliant category winners on the drive.com.au website. So head over there now and you can find out everything you need to know about the best cars in Australia.